This program is funded in part by Sprint. Sprint, together with Nextel. Stay connected, stay informed. And cooperation with the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and Maryland Public Television.
While the public has been riveted on images from space, there's been a quiet evolution in the use of geospatial technology on the seas. The tracking of cargo containers has been in the spotlight in light of recent events related to port security. However, there is another side of the equation regarding cargo tracking that may be the driving force behind the solution. Satellites, radar, sensors, and other technologies are being used to monitor and track intermodal containers, thereby cutting shipping costs and improving supply chain visibility and efficiency.
Thousands of cargo containers enter U.S. ports every day and then are transferred to rail cars, trucks, and other ships for shipment all over the world. There are an estimated 20 million containers in use worldwide, with 4 million of those moving through the United States daily. That according to Robert Goodwin of Gartner Research. Tracking the containers in the global supply chain has become a vital part of commerce in the U.S. As a consequence, companies increasingly are turning to technology for supply chain efficiency and security. The critical importance of monitoring goods and products and keeping them flowing has been dramatized by the prospect of a closed port because of a terrorist attack, a labor strike, or a ferocious storm like Hurricane Katrina.
We know that the economic impact of a supply chain stoppage is approximately $1 billion a day in just one port alone.
If you looked at the ports of New York, New Jersey, and Boston being shut down, either one of them or both of them, you're looking at curtailing oil within 3 days. And when I mean no oil, I'm talking virtually no oil.
These experts add that in addition to cutting off heating oil in the Northeast Corridor, an incident at a U.S. port would quickly affect virtually every American in some way. That concern and the 9/11 attack on the U.S. has spurred development of technology to make the supply chain more secure, more efficient, and at the same time result in an early return on investment.
We devised a technology that could know that the container was secure, and then there were sensors incorporated along the entire journey to understand the location, the contents, and the condition of a container, and whether or not anything changed in that average 21-day journey. The other piece that was really critical was creating an information management bureau so that if something did happen, a sensor would go off to alert us. GlobalTrak, with its sensor suite, sends off alerts of any disruption without any fixed infrastructure, so it's a much less expensive solution and more easily integrated.
The first U.S. patent for a supply chain monitoring security system was awarded to Arlington-based System Planning Corporation in August 2006. The 36-year-old company has a history in cutting-edge technologies, including microelectronics, MEMS technology, radar and stealth property management, and security solutions. This enabled SPC to integrate its expertise with the new federally funded geospatial technology. There is a significant benefit. No new infrastructure is necessary for SPC's worldwide supply chain solution. GlobalTrak is now in its 4th generation of development and has been successfully demonstrated in Operation Safe Commerce. Today it's being used in global commerce where major shipping, rail, and trucking firms are engaged in transporting high-value cargo. Linda easily emphasizes that SPC's approach, anywhere, anytime, worldwide, is a solution that provides much more than security at sea.
What it also does is provide early return on investment, which means that will get businesses attention that it's not going to cost them money, it's going to save them money in improving efficiencies in the maritime transportation system being improved. The payback period for GlobalTrak, which is just a couple of $100, is the second day of a 21 average day container trip.
While there are numerous products competing for tracking and monitoring different portions of a cargo container on its journey, most solutions address either the port security issues or just the commercial concerns about improving supply chain management. But not both. as SPC's GlobalTrak satellite systems can, using geospatial technology. Transportation research analyst Robert Fopiani from ABI Research describes these merits.
Being able to have an extra real-time visibility, you could see when your container is arriving and plan other business processes such as coordination, let customers know time of arrival, just improve logistics all around, that extra visibility. And then other things being looked at are the use of sensors to determine if you have a perishable, for example, whether or not the temperature is right and whether or not there's an issue. You could test, set up different alerts, whether or not a container is being delayed. So let's say you have an expensive case of pharmaceuticals that need to be cooled at a certain temperature, and the temperature arrived above that level. You could lose a lot of money because those will no longer be usable.
According to GlobalTrak President and CEO Howard Kimpton, the system's unique design employs communication through a single container monitoring unit, or CMU. The CMU is a little larger than a cell phone and uses two-way satellite and cellular communications to track cargo globally and transmit vital data to the Information Management Bureau. The system is versatile. It can be equipped with sensors to detect many things, including temperature, chemical biological agents, presence of nuclear radiation, and excessive vibration. Communication also is possible with containerized cargo that may contain RFID devices. With increasing budgets for port security and measurable increased profits for commercial business throughout the supply chain, satellite-based solutions like GlobalTrak are attracting attention and competition. However, nobody but SPC has a patent for integrating all the necessary components for this solution as depicted in this diagram.
If somebody has cut into a container, entered a container via a vent, or taken the doors off, there's a series of sensors which would allow the federal government to know that this container has been breached. Otherwise, we're just going on trust and verification after the container has already arrived in the United States.
SPC scientists believe they have the best approach, based on their hardware sensor solutions, extensive testing, and their work in container physics, which combines interaction between the GlobalTrak sensor suite and human capital within the Information Management Bureau. And people like Beth Ann Rooney await the day when security is an integrated part of the real-world supply chain.
So that 5 years from now, Walmart and Home Depot are not thinking about adding security and security being a burden, but rather it's fully a part of what they're doing every single day.